Happy Hump Day, folks. You have made it to Wednesday. Thanks for joining us for this Wake Up Charlotte to go. I'm Ben Thompson. A lot to talk about today. We've got a presidential visit. We got Kamala Harris come to town as well. Before we get to any of that, though, let's get a check of the forecast. And Larry Strinkle's got some good news for us, Larry.
Good news about the forecast today. Now, before we get to the good news, I do want to mention we have a dense fog advisory in effect till 10 a.m. this morning for Wadesboro, Rockingham, off to the east, many areas with some patchy fog. Otherwise, it's going to be a beautiful day all over neighborhoods nearby. 11 a.m., 72 degrees. As we get in the afternoon, upper 70s, maybe near 80 degrees. Even around 10 o'clock tonight, we're in the upper 60s. 7-day forecast does show pretty consistent temperatures for the next 5 days as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s right through the weekend. Slight rain chances as we get to the early part of next week. But notice Monday, Tuesday, we are still above the average high, which is 70 this time of the year. And that's your forecast this morning, Ben.
All right, Larry, thanks. Now to our top stories in our morning rush. Thousands of people heading to Gastonia's airport, where President Trump will host a massive rally later today.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Richard Devane here in Gastonia at the municipal airport behind me, where Donald Trump will make his appearance today at a rally. All this as he tries to make a final push toward Election Day.
Kamala Harris will also be in town today. She's going to be heading to Charlotte for an early voting event after making a stop in Asheville. Harris had to cancel last week's scheduled trip to the Queen City after 2 members of her staff tested positive for COVID-19. Mecklenburg County health officials say more people have tested positive for COVID-19 after a super spreader event at a Charlotte church. At least 50 cases now being linked to the United House of Prayer for All People over on Beatties Ford Road. That number has grown from just 9 cases a few days ago. Health officials say the 50 people infected have at least 75 close contacts with those who may have also been exposed. Today, Governor Cooper expected to announce what's next for North Carolina's reopening plan. His current order, which opened businesses like bars and movie theaters, expires on Friday. New COVID-19 cases have sharply increased since the phase of that reopening began. Mecklenburg County making it easier than ever to get a flu shot this year. They're holding drive-through vaccination clinics on certain Fridays and Saturdays through the rest of the year. First one this Friday at the Southeast Health Department over on Billingsley Road. Vaccines are free. And that is your morning rush. Rachel?
Hey, Ben. Thanks. Good morning, everybody. A lot of people are talking about this next story on our social media pages, and definitely leave us a comment what you think about it. So the story is about a South Carolina city that is banning trick-or-treating because of COVID-19. They shared the message on the city's Facebook page. So this is from the city of Chester. They're saying they're prohibiting Halloween 2020 door-to-door trick-or-treating, and instead they are providing a socially distant alternative and a police-sanctioned event, the Bootastic drive-through event. Now, the CDC has put traditional trick-or-treating in its high-risk category, and South Carolina's Department of Health and Environmental Control also released a long list of Halloween safety recommendations. Now, the agency here says that trick-or-treating can be done safely as long as everyone is wearing a face mask and socially distancing. Well, a lot of people have strong opinions about this, as you can imagine. Robin, who says that she takes COVID very seriously, was planning to set up a table with candy and hang out 6 feet behind it in their costumes. Then Manda left us a comment on Facebook saying that it's weird that kids can't go trick-or-treating outside, but they can go back inside into a classroom for school. So definitely join the conversation. Let us know if you already know what you're going to do for Halloween, or if you agree with this new rule of Chester banning trick-or-treating altogether right now, guys.
All right, Rachel, thanks. Time now to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. Scientists around the globe are racing to develop a coronavirus vaccine. It's a long, slow process. So one group is trying another method that some are calling downright unethical.
A group of scientists is hoping to speed up development of a coronavirus vaccine by deliberately trying to infect people with COVID-19. Let's connect the dots. In most vaccine trials, researchers will give some volunteers the vaccine and others a placebo. They then record if anybody experiences negative side effects or develops the disease. It is a slow process done with thousands of volunteers. But there is a faster way. Scientists can give volunteers the vaccine and then deliberately try to infect them with the disease. It's called a challenge trial. Of course, many consider it to be very unethical, but a group in Britain is trying to do just that. Volunteers will have lab-grown coronavirus blown directly into their noses while quarantined in a hospital. Less than 100 volunteers will be used. The British scientists admit it is risky, but could potentially save hundreds of thousands of lives. And that is Connecting the Dots.
And now to some stories to keep you and your family safe and sound. Organizers of the South End Wine and Hops Festival laying out precisely how they plan to keep people safe. Before entering, everybody's going to have a temperature check, undergo UV light cleaning with a wand as well. Social distancing will be enforced. The festival kicks off today and runs through the weekend. That romantic mood lighting at fancy restaurants may actually ruin your dinner date. A new study shows people are more likely to say food lacks flavor when the lights are dimmed. Scientists say it's because eating is a multi-sensory experience, and our eyes impact how we perceive taste as well. We're more likely to think something is flavorful when it's under bright light and we can see it and enjoy it. Think about that next time you're at some fancy restaurant with just candlelight. All right, make sure you tune in and join us every single morning, 4:30 a.m. on WCNC Charlotte for Wake Up Charlotte.